Yeah, it's dead. Next question. If you guys had seen my video last week, is it dying, in reference to AQ3D, we got some comments and I want to go over them in this video. On Twitter, people had things to say. Corey said, has not been an upward trend in players since November last year, just a constant decline. The graphs looks like they have not put out an update since last year. No peaks for players returning at all. And this is very true. There has not been any player peaks in the last year. Well, actually in the last 2 years, technically, ever since Nulgath, because there was no main story content. But with new main story content, maybe we might see an uptick in player count. The game really has potential. That's why I came back from a 6-year absence, and now there's nothing to do. I mean, there's nothing after Nulgath, but I'm still playing, waiting for the upcoming main storyline update. This is the future of all AE games if they don't listen to the majority of the players. Nobody asking for free stuff, but quality stuff in chests and not rushed events. Nobody likes spamming the same buttons for days, but they do like adventures. The game has potential. I see this all the time. Constantly I see people saying, the game has potential, but if they add more devs to the team. Also, wouldn't hurt to bring it to the Nintendo Switch, since there are 0 MMOs on them and 70 million player base. I'd really like to get into AQ3D, but I find it so ugly. It didn't even age badly. It was already bad when it came out. AQ World has barely any gameplay, and people stay just for how good it looks. With 83 comments on the video, which is a whopping high number, it's evident players had things they wanted to say. Log in, claim ad rewards, log off until there's a good update and not some BS statues or more troubles. I don't think most people who stop playing the game quit. They're probably like me, already max level, 100 all story campaigns, full best gear, and got their favorite cosmetics. No more stuff to do. All the game adds is seasonal items that a lot of people don't care about, but as soon as the next actual update releases, a lot of players will return. The nice thing is AE loves preserving their games. Even if it dies, it'll be available forever. I really value that about this company. However, if they want to boost the player count, they need to change the priorities of their updates. Give us something meaningful to do. They love their cosmetics, but it's been something like 5 years since the plot has progressed. AQ3D is not dying, but it's on life support, and game state is keep getting worse and worse every week, and when you think it can't get worse, it goes even further. Game doesn't got any content that was worth doing and is not mindless grind for 2 months. Was Earth Day update content that was only worth it for 20 minutes of gameplay, but it was an okay update. The other decent content came out 4 months ago, that's like half a year ago, was the Lancelot quest line. So an actual content that was good was in Nulgath and Pirate War, which was 9 months ago, while the main story content happened 2 years ago and was a huge flop because of the horrible boss fight, the average quest lines, and the tedious mindless grinds for gear that got replaced super fast overall. The game optimization is really bad for PC and mobile. It's enough just to turn on character selection screen to make my laptop's cooling fans to go ape. And I'm from the EU. I'm not talking about my friend that is in Asia and plays on the phone and has it way worse. AQ3D barely has competition in similar cross-platform market. The only competitions is either pay to win, like Black Desert Online, maybe. Some also almost dying MMOs or anime-style gacha MMOs with few functions compared to AQ, and AQ3D is barely pushing 700 weekly peak player count, while before they were pushing 1k plus. AE devs are trying to make PC game for mobile players while constantly neglecting their core players and veterans. Just for what? Just to gain a few new players by making an intro like the 3rd time? I'll be honest, I started playing back in 2019 or 2020, stuck through a lot of things. This technically dragged me through COVID, but being a part of the community yourself, you'd realize it doesn't feel that active anymore. Now I log in, there's hardly a couple of people present from the time. Most are like me, log in, check to see the people there, catch up on what's new, and leave. Not much in the main story too. Nulgath was 2 years ago. Right now it just feels like they've added refurbished content or a new rare drop to the same boss just to maintain the weekly release quota. You can't even have a big game when there's a limit of only 900 people per 4 servers to begin with. They shut down a few mobile games. I was looking forward to playing them again, but they're not available anymore. And that's true, actually. There was a Dragon one and a couple other different ones. Even that card game's not there anymore. That was one that Cicero had created, I believe. That was on the Android and iOS, but those are no longer available because when they kept updating Google stuff, those games were incompatible with the new requirements. They've hurt the game so bad with that level scaling before, now I don't even have guts to even play this anymore, even though I know that level scaling is gone. But his choices like these is what kills the game, and this one hurts. I made the same video about AQ World yesterday. Apparently, this is a hot topic in AE games. Wait, what? You made a video about AQ World dying? It's still a very good game. I started back in 2018. However, when ML became popular, I switched to it. Then I came back in 2023. It's great and fun competing null-gas sets, but when the boss was introduced as a goal to get killed, you no longer have any goal after that. I'll still play AQ3D even if it is a ghost town. I go to low-level areas often and help new players struggling, and I'll continue my dailies and support AE in the meantime. Battle on for life. Additionally, the lead dev is just dedicating most of his and the team's time and resources with AQ World Infinity. Let them cook, guys. So just to clarify, there are two separate teams. The team working on AQ World Infinity, they have their own team and resources. The AQ3D team is not the same team. It's two separate teams working on two different games. I know it isn't dead because I just grinded for the Schrade Rusty Machete. So did I just got that. And all day there's been a large group of players there. This event has been around for years and still has people come to it just for a pet or a random armor piece. Bro, I started playing AQ3D back when I was in high school. Back then, the level cap was 13 and the last map was Bone Cliffs or something. After I maxed my level, maybe a week or two after that, Ashfall was out, and until today I say I'm one of the players who witnessed this game's history. Been playing since 2018 and it was something that got me invested, but suddenly the endgame got stale fast. Right now it seems like they're only focused on cosmetics or some random new high level item, but that's it. Lower in progression for the main story just stopped and died. Right now I'm just hopping on to get the daily, try to look for nice cosmetics and log off. If they keep at this pace where it's only cosmetics and they're not touching the main story, it's going to fall off even harder. So again, this is kind of why they're focusing on the main story now. The new intro is going to be the launching pad for a whole new generation of AQ3D stuff, so we'll have to wait and see. I played this game when it released on Steam. I got over 2,000 hours in it, and I personally quit around 2 years ago. I'm really looking forward to the revamp to try the game out again from start to finish. People have been saying the game is dying since its release, but here it is, still going, still being updated. I quit because I literally couldn't store any more items requiring real money for bank storages, which is dumb because I maxed out on rare cosmetics and walked behind storage. Locked behind, maybe I think he means. So this is an issue that has always been a problem. I don't hear too many complaints about lack of storage nowadays, and on AQ World they solved it by introducing the AC stuff that you could store for free. Most new players are on mobile, Android, or iOS. I played on both, but I'm more on PC, and the active players is always the same. So yeah, most of the new players are on mobile, and AQ3D is not dead. Great video, like always. For me, I'm currently not playing the game because I'm at max level and have nothing else to do, but when it updates and gets new stuff, I'm going to be there for the new events, the new story mode, and the new side story, but I'm also spreading the word of AQ3D, telling the other players I play in other games to try to see if they like the game, and honestly, a couple of players actually played the game and like it, so I'm actually helping out AQ3D, telling players that I know from other games to play it if they have nothing else to do, and I will continue swinging my sword, also spreading the word for AQ3D. We appreciate the great work. We appreciate the news you give us about AQ3D. Well, thank you very much, and that is also good to be able to spread the news about AQ3D because it is one of those games kind of hidden. You don't really discover it unless you're specifically looking for something like it. Vayne. Sound familiar? The main villain? The Void King? Vayne? Where's Vayne? I'll come back when there's a limited event like concerts. I still want a concert. I would love a Jongar concert. And Ghost. Ghost is an AQ World person, they gotta get them together. Ghost and Jongar. Honestly, I've been playing AQ World since my childhood when I learned playing computer and ended quitting when I'm about to graduate high school. It's fun experience, memories. It was really peak back then, and when AQ3D was launched, I was one of the alpha testers. It's really funny and hilarious since the game is really buggy and OP class, and then I stopped since it's still in development, and I played again 2013 to 2014. I enjoyed finishing the main story and the other side quests, and pretty much there was nothing to grind, and I quit again. I downloaded the game a year in 2017 to 2018, catching up on all the goodies, the content, rares, and other stuff. It's the same cycle. Quit, re-download the game during the COVID 2020. I'd say it was a peak at that time since a lot of old players coming back, playing the game, and it was really active and a lot of fun. A lot of Discord communities were active, and then again, year 2021 to 2022, a lot of players quit, and the numbers were declining so fast, probably due to personal life and people being busy facing the real life situation. Re-download the game this year. It's nice to see a lot of content. I have to keep up and catch a lot of cool stuff. The game is not dead. It's just old players are lazy to play it again, and new players are complaining the game, which is a lot more easier than other MMOs. So very well said. And yes, it is definitely AQ3D. As I've mentioned previously on multiple occasions, it is an entry-level MMO, so it is intended to be easier and should be easier than general MMOs, which I'm actually not interested in because it's too complicated and I don't have time for that. Games are made to enjoy and have fun. Play when you are in the mood. When you are already stressing yourself, stop and rest for a while. This game works for me since I can't buy every cosmetic. I still support by buying storage. I understand that it's expensive in maintaining the servers. I've been playing since the start and I have 7 accounts. It's no fun when you're already at max level 50. Please make it 55. Last year, it was absolutely nice with the updates. This year, it feels dead. We got troubles. They have absolutely dead drop rate. So the statues, some are cool, some are ugly, but it's my thing. Why we got no tower for endgame content, where we step-for-step bosses with different strengths, where it's endless. There are new drops, new armor, new mounts. And so it's interesting that you actually mentioned a tower for end content. This was an idea way back the Blaze was going to do, whereas in it was going to be a endgame tower thing. You would unlock rewards as you play through it, but it would require teamwork, and as you progress through it, it gets harder and harder. So there was definitely going to be a hardcore challenge to it, but obviously that's a thing in the past, not ever going to happen. Game isn't dead, but it's definitely on life support. The remaining passion player base this game has left is the only thing keeping this game alive, but just barely. AQ3D, never die. I had a huge insurgence with unique quests and items for relic hunters and rares. The resale of the holiday items have turned a lot off. If there's nothing unique, the players don't try. We need a newbie reward bobber, and we need what you'd call a Big Brother's Academy. Oh, interesting idea. People say the game is dying, there's no content, but I've been spending at least 2 hours a day playing this game every single day since 2018. I've spent 41 hours one time grinding the old Doom weapons before they got less grindy, and the Spellforged shoulders, and that was within a 2-day period. I slept like a rock after that grind. People have been crying about the game dying since its birth. Those people have been wrong for almost 9 years. If the game is fun, then that's all that matters. Man, the game looks like undead. I see empty maps, and this is not a good thing. It is not dead game, only looks like an undead. Everyone is in 2 or 3 Discord servers. Arctic's AE Federation and your own guild one. Arctic's server is optional. It's weird that it doesn't show how many mobile players are in the graph, but only PC players that are only about 500 PC, and I bet mobiles like us has about 1,000. So actually, no, the graph that I showed in the video from AQ3Dtracker.com, that shows it directly from the servers. That information is being fed directly from the servers through the API. Using the same website right now, you can see there's currently 651 people playing as of the filming of this video. Clarion killed all AQ3D's fun. Only recolor and trush mobs. No saga, no PvE fun. Dead Game, Skelly Bros rule it now, Necro Staff of Doom 1. Whoop, 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 whoop. With a new intro kicking off AQ3D Remastered, do you think this is going to be enough to bring players back to AQ3D? I'd love to know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.